me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. Hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
What people do in no money, what they at you, in no at you. Could be money, miss away in the yellow rat you. Use the youth, the money, waste and must have mantis statue. Say me like a catch you, but they got in a figure you. Take the script of money, God and say that is not you. One day the man above me up, him a got up. Too much it in the kitchen, some a fly well like a patu. The singers and DJs and social media's coming at you.
It burn me
300% free.
It burn me
Garbage pile of the day.
It burn me
Give the teacher them raise.
It burn me
I see corruption please.
It burn me
Mash down the people them house.
It burn me
Every day appear arms out.
It burn me
Appear money them a thief.
It burn me
And them a sell out the beach.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
For me say big up all the charities and all of the givers. Some a go like say them powerful, me no make a bigger. The 100 promises, none of them not deliver. Cut up the youth, the rapper, they down in our river. Member bowl honey and they lie them tell. Corruption smell and they pocket them swell. When police don't a market like Satan out of hell, go mash up people start like thief when them sell.
It burn me
Or they treat the market man.
It burn me
Or them a treat the cat man.
It burn me
Or they treat the peanut man.
It burn me
Or them a treat the dirt man.
It burn me
Or them a treat the son man.
It burn me
Or them a treat policeman.
It burn me
Or them a treat
Stibby-dim day. We in Global TV says certain kind of friend we no cape. And some informer friend we love Lake. We in Global, bona fake friend and bona tape. We in Global, we not promote them, we not support them. Look at them on the cheek, come here represent for we in Global TV. Check it.
Good evening and welcome to Global TV. Thank you for joining the people's point of view. My screen start freeze already. Boy, that's something I can't text that for me. Just before we come and stream, it knocked out, but it can go on. Anyway, we're going to rumble on. Good evening to my community party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers and subscribers, commenters and trolls. Good evening. Good evening, Natalia Freeman. Good evening, Beat and Teach. Elaine Turner, Gloria Morris, Sunshine, Marcia Thomas, Asgoat, welcome to the family. Cousin Jay, Wagwan, how you do? Shelly Oban Iris, Deborah Lynn White, Jeanette Riley, Anthony R., Elaine Turner, E.M., Cynthia B., J.C., Bros, Lynn Miles, Loris Beckford, Rosemary Samuels, Paula Shelley, Renice Nicholson, Ruby Correa, good evening, Curtly Conscious. Good evening and welcome to everyone. Thank you for joining us this evening. I really never feel like come out here this evening, but we just need to come highlight Beryl because, you know, most people forget the Beryl keep and Beryl still a keep. As well as I have a twilight hospital appointment tomorrow morning. I've been to Cody Richard Reed. I have to go wake up by 6 o'clock in the morning, forget on my merry way, and at 11 o'clock now. So, I not turn out here long with you now. Raymond, I just come keep company. Can't know the devil them test with faith this morning. But we're gonna move on. Them can't stop we from being independent journalists. That's what we are. We're not vloggers. We are independent or freelance journalists. Hope of them where you say out there in the mainstream media land, them don't go to school go study for journalism. Some people just get pushed in and shoved in and drawn up. A part of my master's degree involves media and journalism. A part of my degree involves media and journalism of my master's degree. So me not just come like those who got pushed and shoved and dragged into the space. You see. So una don't fit tell we who is credible and who is not, and who is worth listening to, Renice Nicholson, Deborah, Dolores Logan, and who is not worthy of listening to. I think we are much more sensible than that. For government and their friends to be telling us who is broadcasting credible information to us, the viewers, and what us, the viewers, should take to be credible, fact-checked information.
Jamaicans to watch CVM, get to legitimate sources. You are very responsible. You only put out information that you fact checked and that is real. And so we urge Jamaicans to listen to the traditional media, your CVM, which has been there for a long time with very good journalists. Indeed.
As Jamaica.
I'm urging all sensible Jamaicans, do not watch CVM. It's a government mouthpiece propaganda, just like NNN. Do not watch these government mouthpiece propaganda. What they are here to do is to keep you in a comfortable position while the government run riot and racketeering around you. They are the ones who justify and solidify the lies and propagate the lies that government tells you, Christopher. So I'm appealing to sensible Jamaicans. Do not listen to CVM. They do not word the word or the acronym and whatever it means. Do not listen to them. They are propaganda. They're false news. They're fake news, Pamela Akola. Fake news. They make it up as they go along. They create false impression to give international viewers. And they create mis- and disinformation for local viewers. Please do not watch them. Please don't watch them. But let us look, because I don't know I'm not tan long. Let us look at some of the issues we want to highlight. Me hear the thief in Charles them attack some Galangian, but to no understand. Okay, you know they had 3 assessment categories. Those who had their property completely destroyed, those who their property was severely damaged, and those who suffer minimal damages. Now, here are the figures produced by Colonel Charles as to what grant one will be allowed and be entitled to if qualified. Those who their house have been destroyed will receive a grant up to 400,000. Now, when your seat says up to 400,000, doesn't mean you automatically qualify for 400,000. That is the maximum what this language is suggesting. It is the maximum that you will be entitled to, not necessarily that you will get 400,000, which is a pittance anyway. For those who their homes were severely destroyed, they will get a grant up to 150,000. Same procedure follows. That's the maximum under that category. That's the maximum that you can receive under that grant. Not necessarily, though, that after the assessment that you will be awarded the $150,000. The same goes for those with minimal damage. The maximum award is $50,000. And the same assessment order follows. You may end up getting just $10,000 or $20,000 based on what the assessors think you're entitled to. But if you're under the minimal damage category, the maximum that can be awarded to you under this scale is $50,000. I wonder how much of the loan, Prime Minister, we don't hear nothing about the loan yet, the scale of the loan. But I don't know how tedious and strenuous the process will be for the one social worker per constituency department to do all of these assessments and make sure these money are readily accessible to people. But the type of bureaucracy and slow jogging of services in Jamaica, I have no confidence that there will be help. As the people on the ground are crying out from all different quarters, the help expected from government in this hurricane relief has not gotten to Jamaica. There has been a lot of noise, though dwithering, because them pocket full now and them no want share the money. The noise is 50,000 US, 50,000 Jamaican dollar. How much is 50,000 in the US? Oh, one of the maths brain have to calculate that out. Remember me I done, so you can't ask me them something there. The noise in the market with regards to Beryl is dwindling. You see, if that cocum for us never broke out between the government and JPS, you would be hearing even less about the storm. You would even be hearing less about recovery. That's 3,500 US dollars. You would be hearing less about the storm. The only reason why certain thing still in the media about the storm is the catastrophe we are broke with between the government and JPS. But literally, from them walk and collect up the whole heap of money them. Even labor supporter on the ground in some places of Jamaica that I've spoken into, labor people are saying the relief effort is being politicized. And when the hurricane come, everybody did Jamaica. Labor people are saying that, you know. Labor people are of that view. They are definitely not happy with the government performance throughout the whole relief effort. Jamaicans are being ignored. Those on the ground are seeing it, and those at home are, those abroad are feeling it too, because those abroad have to be picking up where government is lacking at home with family members, friends, and community members. You understand? But nobody in government, nobody structurally across the country have any plan, any proper pre-planned. Nor there was none coming from government, no plan coming from government as to how we're going to deal with the aftermath. Oh, my system is shutting down again, but if it does, I'll be back. What is wrong with this brouhaha? Nothing promising coming from government with regards to the relief effort on the ground. People are really struggling despite the put the electricity problem aside. People are struggling. A lot of people lost their livelihood. People lost their homes, and the government is just going around optically creating images, but no meaningful management or coordination from the government with regards to how Jamaica people really is going to get back on their feet. No help from government. Let me look at Google on the outer limb and see, because something is playing up. Hold on. Hold on, my peeps. I can't even show no comment because I can't even see no comment. Don't worry, this target system will come back up soon. Assign 10. This is how the demands is. But give me a chance. It will soon come back around to where I can see what I'm doing. All right, it looks like the junker half come back. Let me see. It has gone again. Oh dear. Okay. Let me see what's going on here. Okay. Let me quickly unplug the camera and plug it back in and see if it makes any blind Bartimaeus of a difference. What is wrong with the devil and his angels this evening? What is wrong with these heathens? But hold on there. I want to show you some work done by, let me see if it'll come up, done by Dwight Construction. I think these were done somewhere in Portland, I think. Oh no. It is not. If you all spare me a second, I'm going to close the system and come back shortly. Just spare me a second, please. I don't know what is going on. I think you can hear me. Can you hear me? My system is still playing me about. Let me know if you can hear me. I believe you can hear me now. Let me see if I get my presentation back in the stream. Can you? Oh, yes, you can hear me. Let me see if I get back them two video if I do it. When I want to show you some work. Those are some of your contracts given to Dwight Construction by your government. What is this happening? Hold on. Why is my camera not coming on stream? I have no idea. Hold on to my peeps. This irritant of a thing. This irritant of a thing. Anyway, never mind. Me not gonna make that stop me. Let us highlight the issue that we were talking about. This is one we may not understand. Is this to do with the hurricane relief fund? Pensioners in need of financial assistance can benefit from a one-off payment of $150,000 under the Pension Relief Fund. The fund, which is managed by the Ministry of Finance and Public Service, is designed to provide additional support to retired individuals who are in receipt of pension or gratuitous payment from the Accountant General Department. So all them funds exists, but still teachers and nurses will retire all 3 years and still a struggle to get them pension. Me not to understand the part they are hit. So how you have those funds, but you can't do the other necessaries like making sure these people pension are properly sorted out. Me not understand this government. Is this relief to the pensioners or a part of the hurricane relief? Is it for those who suffer damages or for those who are going through financial woes? I really don't get it. No, but remember, Alien, remember them get a hope of contract. We know of them to get contract from the government for the road. And we're showing some shoddy road work that they have done. So if them road work so shoddy, hey, imagine a bridge. But then We already see how them start. So you might as well can tell. And no, Christopher, I won't be in Canada, and I won't be broadcasting the Canada event tomorrow either. But that bit me don't understand what they are talking about. This is the other Galangin. Government has moved to provide temporary relief from custom duty and general consumption tax on goods imported for rehabilitation work linked to Hurricane Beryl. The relief runs from the 4th of July to the 23rd of August. The Ministry of Finance today advised that the move arose from the activation of the Disaster Risk Management Act and the impact of Hurricane Beryl on Jamaica. You know things say liberty that. You know things say liberty that. So Nigel has said to us, between the 4th of July on the date the hurricane passed, and to the 23rd of August, a month and, 3 weeks, Nigel is saying that's the only grace period I can give to people in the diaspora when it comes to tax and general consumption, or Jamaicans, custom duty and general consumptions. That's the only grace period I can give you, about a month and 3 weeks. Given that the Chinese, them I get 5 years. 5 years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5 years. Yeah. 5 years. But Nigel is expecting that whatever assistance we have to send in the country to assist with Beryl, it must be done within 7 weeks. 7 weeks. When Jamaica is in its so-called worst stage. The only tax break Jamaicans can get from the government assisting with the disaster from the diaspora, 7 weeks. 7 weeks. Caring government, they say they are. A caring government, in order to have money for hurricane relief, and will have to raid other ministry to find money. But Christopher don't need to raid other ministry. Look upon the amount of money them walk and collect up. It's not like the whole of Jamaica is hit. Jamaica has zones like South Manchester, Clarendon, and St. Elizabeth, and some parts of Westmoreland, which has been badly hit. The rest of the country is by and large pretty much okay when it comes to the storm. So as to how the government, where should have been zooming in on about 3 to 4 parish, and they can't get it right, to post about 3, 4, 5 parish, to post it was the whole island. What if it was the whole island? If they're finding it so difficult to deal with just a few parishes? What if we had a category 5 hitting the island? We don't see the calamity that we would have fallen into. And the people of Jamaica need to stand up, one, and start demanding more. They need to start demanding active pre-preparation. From the day after the hurricane, I've been saying this. It is time for Jamaica to review building regulations, especially for those on coastline and river bankings. those on coastline, lowline, and river banking, that the building regulations be reviewed. The problem is nobody really cares, you know. That's the biggest problem. Even the people them will go through the conundrum with government. Okay, if nomination call tomorrow morning, you wouldn't like to see out a road in a green and orange. If nomination call tomorrow morning. But ask Jamaicans to do a coordinated 10 days of protest against the government and its lack of management and lack of service. You would barely see one go to a road there. So. Sorry, ask them to come line up for KFC or a donut. And you say, how much of them out there? Just everything what them I go through and run out there because your political masters demand it. You see, the longer we stay for wake up as a people, Uganda, most of you Jamaicans know Bobby Wine. Uganda, Bobby Wine country, is one of the most tyrannical ruled country. Debbie Jervis, how you do? How you enjoy can another? The people of Uganda live in one of the most tyrannical, brutalized, dictatorial regime. Defying the orders of President Museveni, young Ugandans are coming out, inspired by the Kenyans, to march against a corrupt and dictatorial government, even amidst police and military brutality. They are demonstrating. Young Nigerians are planning 10 days of protests across Nigeria. Gen Z Kenya still protests every Tuesday and Thursday. The young generations across Africa is waking up. Will we see anything of that sort when it comes to the younger generation of Jamaica? Because unless you stand up to save your country, these barbarous politicians will make sure they keep you in place, to maintain the power of themselves, for themselves, and for the British protector, for the British Empire, to which they are the administrative to the protectorate of the British Empire, which we call our Jamaica. But them just want to have we tie up in a mental slavery. When we talk about free we mind, we mean say, drop the Bible, drop all mainstream media, and come on board and let us explore for ourselves. Drop the things that have held us back mentally and psychologically, and by extension, blight our economy and our wealth creation. Drop them. They have served us nothing in the past and will definitely not serve us in the future. We must come together as a people and do for ourselves and leave all the external sources such as religion, culture, and anything else that divide us, and seek to conjure around what unites us and is the oppression that we have to deal with, the ostracization we have to deal with wherever we are in society. Drop the things that divides us. Debbie, I've said this in the past. These people treat you horrible. They treat everybody, these Canada immigration, them think everybody a drug dealer. That's the thing with Canadian immigration. Them think everybody a drug dealer. So, them want to scrutinize you as a drug dealer the minute you go to Canadian embassy. And these things, us as black people, must form commonality around and drop the religion, the class, the culture, all of the things that divide us, the political tribalism. Drop it. There is oppression that all of us face, no matter what class we're in. All of them face oppression and class and racism from them. The whole of them white celebrity, a black celebrity where you say walk and push up in a them, the whole of them meet hell up the pecking order with them. That's why everybody try to convince us that Kanye West mad. Nothing down to Kanye West. Kanye West is just awakened to the brutality that all of us black people have to go through, no matter if we're rich or we're poor. Though that is something for us as a people to unite around and drop all the other dividing lines that keep we divided and apart, where everybody can walk in and take any liberty with we. Brenda Wagwan, Christopher, Beat and Teach, Debbie Jervis, who else, Mr. John, Fitzroy Phillips, Born Again, Oh Lord, Donnet Harriet, Honodo, Colleen Richards, Pamela Akola, Brose, Yvonne Riley, Honodo, Liebert Peart. But what we need to do, people, we need to focus on the things we can unite with Jennifer Simpson and bring us closer, where we can tackle these issues that keep decimating us, Janet Monday. Rather than every day we get up and we complain. We have been complaining for a long time enough, Annie Jones. It is time for we start unite around something. Unite against oppression is the way to go. As black people, we are subjected to racism and oppression wherever we are, and by extension, classism and colorism, which are stems of racism. But if we continue to focus on what divides us, that's how we are going to remain. And that's how they have kept us for hundreds of years, while them suck out everything from under our feet, Sonia Smichael. Let us read, in Africa and the Caribbean. While at the same time, they're using our very human resources to do the toil and labor and achieving nothing. The people of Africa are talking about uniting. The Caribbean needs to come on board. Africa is ready to move ahead. Africa is ready to unite. The younger generation of Africa wants their freedom, economic freedom. We're not talking about freedom to walk around. We're not talking about freedom to say what we want. We're talking about real economic freedom, where we are the rich and wealthy people of this planet as God has designed it. If God never designed it so, he wouldn't walk and give with the holy percent thing them where everybody a walk and thief and we and a kill we forget and a manipulate with a take. It depends on us though, whether we want to stay divided and splinter or we want to be united and become the new owner, controller, and ruler of this world. As Marcus Garvey said to us, God created this world and gave it to you with everything in it. And you met this old white boy come take it from you and bluff in you and tell you that you have no space in it? How you so damn fool? Hmm? So it is time for us to look at what unites us and stop focusing on what's divided us. The lower house passed resolution to extend child support from 18 to 23. Did they not have it all the way up to 22, Carlos, as long as the child is still in education? You had was to be paying financial support up until about age 21, 22. Correct me if I'm wrong, if that's not the current galangin at the moment, Chanel Williams. That is one of the things where the court for stop force men to be fathers. The end stop force men to pay children maintenance and rather forcing them to be fathers and make sure a paternity test is done at birth and they are compelled to be fathers. Otherwise, them go to prison or them lose a lot of rights and them something that, you know, like if you can't pay child support in America, you lose certain rights. Yeah. We need to punish them a different way. But man for realize their inability to stay in the family is causing a lot of crime and chaos amongst we young people. And that's how government can come in and can teach us a cow jump over moon. Because nobody know that if they say, listen, a bullshit government attack, don't listen to them. This is a criminal, yeah. I call meeting with leadership of the JPS. But as I said, I left the JPS history to Carlos because Carlos, I look deeper into it. And him I got busy tomorrow or so, but me know after tomorrow, Carlos is going to get back. Ubuntu Maverick lied. How are you? On the JPS issue. But it's a developing twist and turn issue with the JPS and the government. But this is ever more showing that Jamaica people must either one, independently start investing in solar panel if you can afford it, or two, this is what manifesto policy means. This is how you use policy to direct government. You make sure it is on the government agenda to invest or assist Jamaicans to get into the solar panel usage business. Government should be able by now to come up with a viable scheme as a competition to the Jamaica Public Service. So these are policies that one must put forth to one MPs and councillors, make them know say JPS alone is not good enough for Jamaica. It is time for policy that would drive competition in the market. JPS have it too good. They have it too comfortable. They have it too loose. They don't have to do much because everybody depends on their service. There's no competition to them. So them not have to dress up themselves and present themselves, pop down as them is, and them one alone say I have to come to them anyway. That needs to cut out. That needs to cut out. The same old debacle with them and them and them and them. The whole of them. JPS now, the government Kenneth Scars. Good evening. Kenneth Scars is from South St. Elizabeth as well. He's from a community upper my district called. I hope Pearl you come from, Kenneth. Is it Hope Pearl? I think. But the solar panel competition or another energy supplier needs to competition JPS, because this is how we get this shoddy service from JPS, because whatever they present, we have to accept it because there is no other option to them. You understand? So this galangin now, after the government come in a parliament, come lie to we about the numbers of people that is back on the grid. Now they must say a JPS give them fraudulent information. But today, Dana Dixon, did you check the information? Can I say if you check if information is credible or not? Did you not check that information before you come to the public with it? And it takes until an outrage for the government to come back and said, oh, the information we gave you, we were misinformed ourselves as well. The government made it out to us that the information was wholly and solely. The government made it quite clear to us before and after the election. Not election, and after the hurricane, how well prepared they were. They made it clear to us how well prepared they were, but it turns out now that very little preparation was done by the government. And by that, people on the ground are really feeling the pinch of a disorganized government who had no administrative or operational structure to deliver the service on the ground required to assist the people during this period. Massive lack of care going on. Massive. At the same time, the government is telling you there are certain broadcasters that those are the only people that you must listen to. That's what them try to convince me. What else do we have to discuss? There's an issue, and Jamaicans, let me say this. You are angry. I do support your anger. However, your anger is misdirected. Your anger should not be at JPS workers. Your anger should be directed at the government. Your anger towards JPS workers, of course, we're not angry. I don't have the right to be angry. But I'm saying to you tonight, Jamaicans, your anger towards Jamaica Public Service workers is misdirected. Your anger ought to be directed at a tyrannical government, a government who lies and steals and mismanages everything. A government who has corruptly collect insurance and donors' money, but rather choose to use it as loan. A government that is dragging its feet for Jamaicans to get themselves back on their feet before a government assists them. A government that is using relief money to give Jamaicans party money who maybe have lost their entire dwelling. What do you think $400,000 can do to somebody who their house been completely damaged? Same when you get the COVID money, you not thief it up. Every money you not get for assist Jamaicans, Kamala give you 31 million. And of that 31 million's project was to be done in volatile communities, youth were at risk, youths. We haven't heard or seen anything from this government as to how that money is spent, if it has, how it's going to be disbursed. Look how much China is getting out of Jamaica. Look how beneficial it is for China and Jamaica. China is today's superpower. No matter what you hear, liar, mad America, we're mad like a Joe Biden, I walk and talk. Sir. China is today's superpower. Why the deal with Jamaica and China? Jamaica is not benefiting as the way it should. You think China doesn't see the deal, the potential for solar investment in Jamaica? The problem though, Uno don't want that to happen. Because Uno thinks that Uno the 20% government and South Korean and Japanese counterpart is going to lose money because Jamaica people will be off the poverty-rise grid. Jamaicans will be off the poverty-rise grid if them can tap into the power resource that God has given to us. Why in 2024 Jamaica should be solely reliable on that type of electricity? When we have sun night and day, England barely have sun 3 times a year, and there's so many buildings in this country with solar panel. Most of these schools and government buildings and all sorts have solar panel. Jamaica have sun night and day, and Jamaica people are being burdened with electricity. The generator system that the people have to resort to, particularly my family and the people of St. Elizabeth, the generator system that they have to resort to, it will breed them more than electricity. $4,000 or $5,000 a day for gas to run your generator to keep your business or your home going. It's just not feasible. It's just not feasible. But the government is just, he may ask my brother this morning if current come back, get him some moonshine and peanut wally. Moonshine and peanut wally, and that come back in a few community. It's not just our community, though we are a hard hit community. The entire Jamaica has received a disservice from this government when it comes to dealing with the hurricane disaster. There's no management. The government was never prepared. And me and Carlos are going to come together and write a disaster emergency management plan for this government. Because whether one is there and they cannot read to follow it, or they do not care to follow it, or there's none there at all, or common sense did not tell them that after experiencing so much hurricane since Gilbert, we ought to have such a measure in place. Them still use polling station as shelter. Them still use places as shelter where women don't have bathroom figure if them do something there, if they have to be there for days. Where I say beat and teach. If them even have it, will they read it? Then that is another problem. Again, that is another part of the problem. This is why I'm saying to Jamaica people, for Jamaica to move ahead in a better way, we have to be involved in how Jamaica run. You see, the longer we left Jamaica to the bunch of thief and criminal, yeah. Me say, you see, the longer we left Jamaica to the bunch of thief and criminal, yeah, the more of Jamaica we are going to lose. Whether they be badman, businessman, government, police, international government, and international investors, say global TV, say they're all criminals. Them go on like say white collar crime are to be ignored. No, white collar crime is the worst crime in this world. Because when one of the white collar crime blame people picnic on street, we wanna give them drugs to sell, or wanna put gun in them hand for them go fight against one another. Ask yourself who is bringing the container of gun. Ask yourself who is bringing the $20 million street value worth of cocaine. Listen, poor people picking not have their money there. Crime are rich people same thing. Wanna stop walk and mix up poor people picnic. Poor people picnic is a victim of rich people criminal activity. Wanna stop walk and mix up poor people picnic. You hear me tell you no? That's why when people who study law, they don't like when I don't know say me no can plant go a line. Because when me no go court, me win and it's a separate man go for a phone. Because all I know wicked and corrupt. So I want to talk more truth. Some of the high society people, when professional people, they depend on the civil rights front. We never saw docile. But you civil rights people, you professional people, where a lot of people in the so-called uneducated class look up to, the whole are not sell out to the system. So nobody not have nothing to look upon and aspire to. Uno entertainer, the whole on who not turn faggot, turn bleachers, turn anything one can turn except for Pan-Africanists. The whole on sell out, you know. The whole on sell out. The whole on use Jamaican music and its culture to make money off. But how much have any of you invested in that Jamaica wanna walk and a bosom up for yourself? The whole on a hypocrite. Whole on a sellout. Then I come talk about crime. I want a criminal. I stop call poor people pick the name. Poor people pick me. Hey, and see we get to hit ya. This year one year hit say. Hit. Vow for take back Spanish Town from criminal. Hey, is Babsy on board with you? Prime Minister. Is the criminal Babsy Olivia Grange on board with you, Prime Minister? Because it be a tug of war, Prime Minister Holness, between you and Babsy Grange. If Babsy Grange is the one, Prime Minister, who is arming the Spanish Town, bad man there. If Babsy Olivia Grange is the one who is arming the one or the gang, Prime Minister, you don't think there's going to be ruckus with you and Babsy? It's only Babsy alone can take out same people them. Remember Bulpy and Babsy? Remember how Babsy armed Bulpy to the teeth, rent him car, build him house, and all sort. Wasn't it Babsy same one? We send our police boy them after you, Prime Minister Holness, chop Bulpy phone. Babsy sending police boy them go kill him. Wasn't it so, murderers? When uno arm the gunman them, and uno lost control of them, and either uno send on a police boy them go send them a prison or uno murder them when them have enough secret to bring uno down upon the witness stand. How much liquor boy dead in a Babsy lap, in a Babsy renter car them oldness? How are you going to clean up Spanish Town when your ministry of transgender is the one who is arming the youths of Spanish Town? How does that make sense, Prime Minister? Take it back if you want, A fool, no? And you walk up and down and ban in the barefoot. And you walk up and down, Prime Minister, and you ban in the barefoot. But unless Babsy on board with you, I don't know how it will go up, because so you take the gun from the little boy them, and so Babsy will give more gun to them. And it's the same thing with Uno in a Western Kingston. Desmond Mackenzie, I arm for him, lock them. Horace Chang just assassinate for Desmond Mackenzie, foot soldier the other day. Uno have Dodos at prison, but Uno still I give Dodos main man big contract. Me don't know. But we don't talk. When we talk, we are fake news. When we talk, we make it up and we tell lies, you see. We're making it up and we're telling lies. Nothing don't go so. Nothing don't go so, you know. Not at all. We just make up things, we just lie, and we just walk and spread fake news. And the people of Jamaica broke on bad, you know. And the people of Jamaica broke on bad, because them believe, you know. And them jump up and make the nice and attack idiotness them. So them broke on bad. All them, yeah. The country is a mess. Whether be from the local government or the national solid waste management, the entire country is a mess. It's a mess just like this government. The entire country is a mess just like this government. Whether be national solid waste management or local government, the entire country is a mess. And the mosquito breeding is a consequence of the mess. There's too much place in Jamaica to breed and have a mosquito added to the natural mosquito breeding environments that we already have. The country is a mess, just like this government. The country represents the government. What you see, the mess you see across Jamaica, it's the mess of our government. So that's why nothing walk up and down and nothing move. But we don't know, we have appointment and things we go to early morning, but we can't left and we don't remind of the blatant and flagrant electoral crime that is in our country at the moment. We have to talk about it, a crime, and we have to talk about crime.
I'm Dr. Ryan Simpson, and I'm the representative for the People's National Party for Northeast St. Anne for Member of Parliament. Today, I'm making this video to expose a matter of grave illegality and deception and dishonesty on the part of the representative for the Jamaica Labour Party, Mr. Matthew Samuda. Mr. Samuda has attempted to transfer his vote from wherever it is. We know that Mr. Samuda does not live in Northeast St. Anne. However, he has attempted to transfer his vote here in the constituency of Northeast St. Anne. The issue at hand, as I was informed by our scrutineer who has gone on the team to verify him some time ago, along with the representative for the Jamaica Labour Party and the verifiers of the EOJ, is that Mr. Samuda has attempted to deceive the Electoral Office of Jamaica by giving an address that is known not to be his home address in Northeast St. Anne. In fact, I have been reliably informed that when Mr. Samuda is here in the parish of St. Anne, that the apartment in which he stays is not even in Northeast St. Anne. In fact, his apartment is in one of the popular developments in Northwest St. Anne, one of the popular gated communities. So he does not have a residence in Northeast St. Anne, but rather in Northwest St. Anne or in Kingston, where he lives. However, the address he gave was an address in Fern Grove in Otrias. I've had a chance of visiting that address myself, along with the scrutineer, to see exactly the place that he said he lives. As it turned out, this address belongs to the scrutineer of the Jamaica Labour Party. So Mr. Samuda has given as his home address in Northeast St. Ann the address of the Jamaica Labour Party's scrutineer. This is the same scrutineer that would have come and verified me when I transferred my vote from my home constituency of Matney in Southeast St. Ann to here, Northeast St. Ann. Now, he has given to the EOJ the address of this JLP scrutineer and said that this is his address. It's false, it's illegal, it's dishonest, and it's a deception. And I'm exposing it. I'm calling it out because Mr. Samuda is a lawmaker. He's not even an aspiring lawmaker. He is a sitting senator, and a sitting senator is a lawmaker, a legislator. And we are doing everything we can to stem the tide of electoral fraud, and to know that now Mr. Samuda is actually himself practicing electoral fraud is a matter of grave concern for the people of Jamaica who already were embroiled in this, grave matters of corruptions in government. I want to share with you the video. My scrutineer and I, we went to visit the address. So take a look at this video for yourself. All right. So it's through this lane. So this is a lane where Mr. Matthew Samuda said he lives. Wow. This house here? Mm-hmm. So this is the house right here. So he said he lives here. Mm-hmm. Right here. That's a house with a little thing on the top. So this is where they want to say the candidate for the Jamaica Labour Party lives. And this is the house you came. So look here, Ricardo, you're saying you know the person who live here?
Yeah, I know her. I know her.
You know her very good?
Yeah.
And
no, when me and him come verify, you don't know.
Oh, that's the girl?
Yeah.
That's where, oh, so it's a verify, it's a scrutineer house, him giving us his address. Because I know her. She named Vern, right?
Vern.
Another issue that I would also like to raise as it relates to the EOJ and allegations that the EOJ might be giving special treatment to Mr. Samuda where this is concerned. And by that I mean the same scrutineer has expressed to me that Mr. Samuda would have received up to 6 visits from the EOJ in its attempt to verify him.
About 6 visits in there.
6? No, that's not true. Don't lie.
3 times when we come in there.
You came 3 times.
3 times when we come in over there.
Mm-hmm.
And the 4th time when I don't know who called him when she come.
Mm-hmm.
That is the Tuesday.
You have your papers in too?
Yeah, man, I'm sitting there. That is the.
So you're saying the EOJ came here at least 6 times to visit Mr. Samuda? Ricardo, I'm going to put this out publicly so I know I embellish the story.
First time when I came, he wasn't here.
And you didn't come? Wasn't here?
Me there.
Okay, so.
First time. Right, that's how we come and verify one of them.
Okay.
2 of them.
Two
of them on
people.
the paper.
Okay, him and another person. Not related though?
No.
Okay. So you came the first time with them, but he wasn't here?
Yeah, he wasn't here. And the second time, that I 3 times when me never come. The second time, the 4th time here, the 11th time here, and the 18th time here.
Those are the 3 times.
Fitzroy, how is the Grenada recovery going on? How are the people of Grenada being treated by government and its agency throughout this recovery process? Can you let us know, please?
That I 3 times.
Where you were never there?
When me never there. And the 4th time now, just at us by there. Then come back, the paper come back. Then care about the paper.
4 times. Okay, so they give him a 4th visit.
Yeah.
But he said 6, so a 4.
A 5 times that.
Count how much date they say you count?
No, this a data. My mind on me said yesterday come before. When me verify one of them, it's 2 paper upon one.
Okay, so they came, that's 1 time.
Yeah. And then now we come back again. He weren't here.
That's 2 times.
2. And the other 3 times now. Where then come back. When they call me, I got a doctor.
Are you sure they came to verify him as well?
And then come to verify him, because the paper signed. I don't know if I first time after me never come, then come and sign the paper. But the last visit, when me come, him sign the paper and the labor rights sign the paper.
And you say you're not signing it?
Me not sign on.
He was here?
No.
So how you know him sign the paper?
Because I look on the paper. I see where it's good in here sign the paper.
Okay. If that is the case, then that also is an issue of greater concern, because as it stands here in Northeast St. Ann, there are many people who believe that the
Fitzroy,
EOJ
look at the question on the
in
screen,
Northeast St. Ann
please.
has been very sympathetic and biased to the cause of the Jamaica Labour Party.
Fitzroy, the question is from Christopher. How can one donate to Grenada? If you're here, please answer that question and tell us how the relief effort is going in Grenada and how the people of Grenada are treated by government and its agencies.
And so, an allegation like this would, make it even more convincing, this allegation that the JLP, the EOJ is biased to the JLP, if Mr. Samuda did indeed receive 6 visits, because the law requires only 3 visits. So that, especially for a transfer, whether transfer or new additions, the law requires 3 visits. And if after 3 visits the person is not found or cannot be verified, then they are called in for a sit-in. Our verifier has gone there. He said he has gone there at least 3 times, and there were 3 times that he was not able to attend, but he knew that they would have gone there. And one of the
time I run out, Pan, we can have to go play Lindsay again, because we not stop playing Lindsay neither till we understand what Lindsay mean. Because we're interested in the police, we frightened and fire the shot. You know what the police will Lindsay say, fire the shot? And she not explain if I frighten and fire hit, who fire out, or what direction he fire in, and who for bullet lick who. We still have the email, how are you? We still have that confusion there, Jeanette Bailey. So we're going to run through Lindsay lie them as well before we go.
So what we know is that sometime after 5, about 5:45, there was a very unfortunate incident here at the Halfway Tree police station. What we know as a fact is that Detective Sergeant was in the process of transporting a businessman from the court, because he was attending court on a matter, taking him to his office. Sometime during the journey from the court to his office, he attacked the Detective Sergeant. A tussle ensued. During the tussle, another police officer saw what was happening and intervened. During that process, the businessman pulled the firearm from the officer and he immediately fired a shot. Sergeant was hit. And understand that the businessman then turned the firearm at himself. They were both taken to hospital where they were pronounced dead. As it relates to the identity of the officer, we cannot officially name him at this point, because our chief chaplain, along with the chaplaincy team, they are trying to make contact with the family. And the last time I spoke with him, they are not yet officially informed. So as soon as they're informed, we'll be able to give his identity afterwards. As it relates to the businessman, we can name him, because the unfortunate thing is that his family was at the station at the time of the incident, and he has been identified as Tian Singh. He's a businessman that is well known, Dancing Auto. So that is what we're able to share at this time. And just to say that
I want to say to Dr. Ryan Simpson and Lisa Hanna, before I forget, you're under the global TV microscope, and one may be asking questions of both of you in the near future.
we have here a number of persons who are supporting the police officers here. It's a very unfortunate information. We have the leadership of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, and we have various stakeholders just supporting, and also our minister came to lend some support to the police officers here. So as you would be aware, it's a very emotional situation right now. You know, we all know the Detective Sergeant is 47 years old, a veteran detective in the Jamaica Constabulary Force for many years, very hardworking. And We never anticipated anything like this, so we are treating with it emotionally. Indicom was informed. We also have the Inspector General that's here because it was a shooting incident, so it warrants an investigation. So that's about what we know just now and can share. I think based on what we are going to be looking at some other information because we understand that one officer may have fired, but we are now going to have to look at some other things to see and see what the investigation will prove. But we understand at least one officer may have fired after they heard fire explosions, etc.
So, what were the circumstances under which he was being taken from court to his office by the police?
All right, so what we know that he was before the court on some fraud-related matter. Whilst at court, a fresh report came to the detective, and at the end of the session, he was offered bail. He was in the process of continuing that investigation, taking him to his office when the unfortunate incident happened.
So can you say what led to the incident at all?
Certainly not. We just know that he just attacked the officer, slammed the officer, and shot. No, there were no other injuries reported.
I understand his wife was also charged as well. Can you speak to that?
I'm not sure. I would have to speak to the investigators. That was not part of my brief.
Okay.
A tragic situation, very traumatic situation. I was a bit aware of it that we have lost another active officer on police property. I thought it was wise to come here and show my support and give some more support to the men here. Happening on the compound of the police station makes a very bizarre incident, and certainly I said that it's traumatic and the men here will work. He was at work. When the police officers go on an operation, I can understand that you don't expect it to happen, but you can, as you say, wrap your head around if that's something happens and the police officer gets shot. But to be shot on property just conducting routine activity is a very, very traumatic and bizarre activity. The police deserve all the support and understanding we can have in a state like this to see a colleague who's like that. A very capable young colleague, sergeant of police in CIB, hard-working officer, and we're glad to lost his life. It's very tragic.
It depends. They are usually uncuffed.
So in these circumstances, can you say whether or not this individual was handcuffed? Why? I guess he was not.
He was not handcuffed, and the investigation will probably provide some more information. But based on what we saw and we heard, he was not handcuffed at the time. To do the investigation, and then based on the findings, then we can start making decisions and recommendations. So right now, we just have to rely on what the investigation will unfold, other than what we know.
The problem for me, because I'm not going to respond to the man the way I don't know what him say, him don't know what him say, and nobody understand what he said. But the other officer that fired, not the officer that was disarmed, the other officer that fired when he heard the explosion, where was he when he fired? What did he fire at? Why did he fire? And before we go, the question Prime Minister, you could have bought blood tonight. May I go ask you the question so that them kick out the slide again.
Prime Minister, you could have bought blood tonight.
Hold on.
May I go
Could have bought blood tonight. May I go ask you the Charbridge contract, Prime Minister. Was that a Dodos Tivoli affiliated contract, or was the contract really given to Dwight Construction? Is the contract, Prime Minister Andrew Holness, a Dodos affiliated contract, or was it really given to Dwight Construction? And if the contract was given to Dwight Construction, what information are we privy to on the National Work Agency's website? The tendering for the contract and the procurement process. I wonder why them something there down upon the website, Prime Minister. What the hide and seek over? Who will try to protect? The roads them where Dwight's Construction walk and sprinkle mall pan in a Portland and in a Portmore and walk and take government money and say a resurfacing and road upgrade them do. Is it the same sort of commotion going in we're going to see with the Spark project across the country? But Prime Minister, we will pick you up tomorrow. Because we say we have bed figure. Because we have to wake up in the next few hours. We have to wake up by 6 o'clock UK time in the morning. Because we have a CT scan tomorrow when I go to 8 o'clock. So I have to get up in time to get to where I go in time. So the monkey story I play up behind here. But thank you all for being here tonight on the Global Television Network. We enjoy your presence and your company. Thank you very much for being here tonight. We will definitely bring you your program tomorrow because I'll be back home by 10 o'clock my time tomorrow in time to sit down and read and produce your program, even though they not say we walk and make it up with self. But thank you all and good night from Global Television. That's why I create my screen cover tonight because everything has been playing up. But